Hey guys, Fat here with a video that I wanted to make ever since Bryan became #1 contender. Well, let's just say this is going to be a little bit of a video that I wanted to make for a long time. Okay. Well, I don't know how well the gauntlet match ended last week. I am going to watch Raw Monday, so I may do live reactions. Don't know if I'm going to be able to upload that, but we'll see what happens. I know this thing right here, is capable of recording for 3 hours. Don't know if I'll be able to upload that. We'll wait and see. But for now, I may just watch the opening segment and call it that. Because there's a lot of things on Raw right now I'm not liking. Like this whole Coulter alliance with Jack Swagger and Tony Cesaro. That really pisses me off. I was hoping after Jack Swagger got in trouble, he just got slapped on the wrist. That's kind of insulting. But that's not what we're here to talk about. Now is it? Okay. What we're here to talk about is the fact that Bryan Danielson is being humiliated by Vince McMahon. Actually, that's not really what this is about, but I thought I should bring it up because, let's face it, they're not going to put the belt on him because Vince McMahon doesn't see him as the guy. If Cena actually if Bryan jobs his SummerSlam, I swear to God, and I promise you this, I will ride WWE for a whole year, and they have doing good with Bryan lately, from what I hear. From what I've heard from other people, they've been doing good with Bryan since his breakup with Team Hell No. I've heard that. I've heard they've been doing good with him. That's from what I've heard. But I haven't heard anything past that. I haven't heard anything from after the Raw I watched before. I haven't watched anything. I haven't watched much from last week, though. The last thing I watched was that promo. I missed the gauntlet match because my mom made me go to bed like a retard. Anyway, I'm not trying to insult her or anything, folks. She makes me go to bed when I don't want to. Anyway. So, I've not yet seen the gauntlet. I haven't yet seen the gauntlet match. I'll probably watch that when I get home next week, and then I'll probably watch whatever segments of Raw I do watch. But let me say this right now: if Bryan wins the WWE Championship, which I highly doubt, because let's face it, his world title reign last 2 years ago. He's won of TLC in 2011, and then the way he held it till WrestleMania 28 was just a joke. He was a joke character. But the way they built him up now is way better. Let's just say that right now. Let's just get this out of the way. Let's compare something here for a minute. Bryan Danielson, the American Dragon from All the Way, which I have seen matches from. You may think I've not seen the American Dragon character in action. I actually have. All the way to his YouTube page. If you haven't seen Daniel Bryan outside the WWE, folks, go back, watch all the way to his YouTube channel, because sometimes they will post older stuff. So watch Bryan and Punk, watch Punk and Nigel McGuinness, aka Desmond Wolf. Watch any of those matches. Oh dear God, the match with him and Punk was sick. Especially because Ricky the Dragon Steamboat was the referee. Good God. Oh my Lord. Oh my God. Those two killed each other. I would have loved that thing to be 60 minutes. I think the whole match went almost 30 minutes. Oh, God. That's what they should have done with Punk and Bryan at last year at Over the Limit. Oh, God. But let's compare the American Dragon Bryan Danielson from all awake to the jobber Daniel Bryan WWE. Okay, this is gonna be a lame comparison, I know, but they treat him like a jobber in his title reign. Let's face it. They've been doing this for the last couple of years. Okay. And I think it pretty much started with Punk, so let's start with that. Let's see. Where should I start with this? Let's see. CM Punk first won Money in the Bank 2008. When I went to WrestleMania 24. He lost match after match after match, and then he just, the only reason he won the bout was, the only reason as it's weak enough for him to capitalize on was because he got Batista bombed by Batista, who's still irrelevant. It should never have been signed to begin with. Let's face it, his matches were kind of bad. I like Batista. I wish he'd come back. I'm sure my ex would agree with me on that. And when they did that crappy top 50 list of who's 50 wrestlers in WWE history, Batista was number 49. Wow. His feud with Cena threw him from one of the best all the way to number 49. I'll get to that ludicrous list another time. Oh, man. Anyway, Punk didn't even lose the belt on pay-per-view. God, it was so ludicrous. I mean, good God. They decided to go at an angle with him and Orton where he got punted in the head and, oh God. And then, but the next year when he won it, it was absolutely wonderful because they treated him right. He cashed in on Hardy. They tried that part right. And then they had screwed over to the Undertaker of all people in Hell in a Cell just because he got pissed off at him. I'll cover that in another video, I promise you that. Then in 2010 we had Jack Swagger, who never been over. In my opinion, he's never been over in his whole career. And then we also had The Miz, which I agree with that one. My girlfriend may not agree with me, and I don't care. My ex-girlfriend may not like The Miz, but I do. I'm a misfit. Deal with it. And then we also had, for SmackDown, we had... Who won SmackDown Money Event that year? I don't remember. Let's see. Swagger. Miz. Oh yeah, Kane. How can I forget that ludicrous Kane Undertaker feud? Oh God. The Nexus for some ungodly reason. Don't worry. I'm gonna cover Nexus. Don't worry. I'm gonna get to all this ludicrous stuff. Don't worry. Oh God, I'm probably gonna have the whole. I might just do my 100 video on Nexus. Oh God, there's so much ludicrous stuff on that. When I do my CM Punk video, I'll probably cover Nexus in that. Anyway, and then in 2011, they had. Let's see. They had Bryan, who was Money in the Bank. That was good. And then they had, who was the other one? I know Bryan. Let's see, Bryan. I know Punk left the company. I know that. I know Bryan won it, but I can't remember who won the Raw one. Can't remember. Gosh, that's gonna haunt me for the rest of the video. It'll come to me. Anyway. Whoever won the Raw Money in the Bank won. Anyway. Well, let's see. Bryan. I can't believe I forgot. At a time like this. Let's see. Bryan. Trying to think, but if you guys could refresh my memory, I'd really appreciate it. I need to have the card in front of me for stuff like this. I really do. Anyway, I don't care who won Raw Money in the Bank. And then last year, okay, Cena won Raw Money in the Bank. That was ludicrous. As much as my girlfriend likes John, my ex-girlfriend, I keep saying girlfriend, my ex-girlfriend loves Cena. Let's just admit it to ourselves, shall we? Cena never deserved the damn thing. And neither does Randy Orton. He's a 9-time champion. Multi-time champions do not deserve Money in the Bank. I'll cover that in the video too. But, excuse me, sorry, just ate. I'm probably gonna have gas or burps or whatever. Anyway, change subjects. And then, getting back to Bryan though, the way they've been building up the Money in the Bank holders the last couple of years hasn't been very good. They've been building them up as pretty much jobbers who come out of nowhere to win the belt. So, oh yeah, Alberto Del Rio won the 2011 Raw Money in the Bank. How could I forget that one? He beat CM Punk, which I still think called bullshit on that one. I can't believe it's just now coming to me. Wow, Fad, just fail. Anyway, so the Money in the Bank holder has not been treated well lately. But I think they've been doing the right thing by having Bryan crushing people lately with the LaBelle lock. Or the Yash lock. These names on his finishing move. Just let him use the counter mutilation. Seriously. Oh, and if you do go back to watch all his tapes, watch the way he does that move. Watch some of the moves he uses in those matches. Those moves, I promise you, and I swear to God, you'll probably never see it in the WWE as long as he's there. Because Bryan, God love him, they'll probably never let him use the counter mutilation because it is so painful. Probably the same reason CM Punk isn't allowed to use the Pepsi Plunge. Because I'm gonna get back to Bryan here in a minute, but I saw a video recently of AJ Styles, and I know this is off topic, but of him doing a Styles Clash off the top rope, and I thought the guy was gonna land on his head, and I think that's one of the reasons why it's the other reason, of course, being Triple H is in the company. What do you expect? Triple H's finisher. So, as long as Triple H is in the company, which is probably going to be for till he's dead, he's probably never going to be allowed to use the Pepsi Plunge. So, but that does beg the question. If Beth Phoenix was allowed to do her finisher from the top, why can't CM Punk? Just a question. I'd like to have an answer. Still. Anyway, and why can't Bryan use some of his other moves? He may have used them on Raw. I may have missed that. But, you know, if they're going to make Bryan the WWE Championship contender, they need to have him expand his moveset. They just can't have him do suicide dives. So, those are sick. And though those drop kicks to the outside are pretty cool, he's going to blow his knee out one of his knees out one of these days. Oh, and I'm going to go back to a point I made in one of my earlier videos from before. I wasn't able to upload the video, and I'm going to upload this before the Impact Wrestling rant. This would be the absolute best idea in the world. If WWE doesn't fuck this up, and they put the title on Bryan, and then, but before I get to that, let me go to one more point. And I'm sure any addict, aka John, which I think that's him, I don't know. I'm sure Vocal Aggression, Spaz Phoenix, and every indie fan on Earth would freak the hell out if they actually did this. They have it, the lights dim. Instead of having Bryan come out to this generic clusterfuck of music he's been coming out to for the last 3 years, the lights dim right in the Staples Center, right? Okay, here we go. Here's my idea and how this could work. They have the lights dim. they have the searchlights come up, right? Then the song starts, the final countdown. And then the indie fans will freak out. They have Bryan come out. And the whole crowd will be singing the song. And they'll be chanting, American Dragon. Oh my god, that would be epic. I'd order SummerSlam just for that. But God forbid that ever happens. And then also probably can. And I quote, I heard this from Jeff Meacham. I heard indie fans like to do this, so I'm just repeating what I heard. You're gonna get your fucking head kicked in. Yeah. That's pretty much what happens every time with Bryan. You pretty much get your head kicked in no matter what. Even win or lose, seriously. But that's my Bryan Danielson video. Just think about that, folks. They actually pulled the trigger on Bryan and they make him the champion. Re-amp his character for the love of God. See you later. Peace.